There's so much I want to talk about. And these videos are challenging because I need to really condense it down. So let me jump straight into it. I will mention the last video was my New Year's video where I talk about why not to make resolutions and instead be mindful of the aspects of your life that you want to change. And that's important. But today, I'm going to share with you um, three things that I do with people to really help them get clear. And it's really, really important because, well, let me just get into it. Everybody I work with, I make absolutely sure that they write a letter. Well, there's two letters. The first letter is to their late partner, to their late spouse, their late wife. And in that letter goes everything. The good times, the bad times, the things that used to annoy you that now you miss, if there was anything unsaid, if there was anything you would share with them, if there was anything you would, everything goes in this letter. Absolutely everything. And the reason it's so, well, I'll get into the reason why it's so important after. The second thing I do is I make them write a letter to their future, to their ideal partner 3 years after they've gotten together. And the letter goes something like, I love when you, I love that we do this. I love that we travel. I love that, I love how we laugh together. I love that. Neither of these is a quick exercise. It takes time. You need to take your time, do it right. If it takes multiple days, that's fine. If it takes 30 pages, that's fine. And I actually recommend doing it by hand. And there's a reason for that. The third exercise is in finding purpose. And I encourage people when they need to find where they fit in the world, to write the eulogy they would like to have delivered about them. And we will assume that you have a good amount of time to accomplish whatever you want to accomplish. I want you to write the eulogy that you would want given about you. That's how I describe that one. Now, why? Why would I write these letters? This is going to be hard and arduous and painful. And the first letter brings everything. It requires you to bring it all up and to get it out of your head, your conscious and subconscious, and get it out on to paper. Now, while you're doing this, your subconscious is going to keep bubbling things up and putting things to put in the letter. You're going to keep getting these. Everything goes into the letter. And why? Because this is the way your subconscious gets heard by your conscious mind. And once you've poured all of that out, you suddenly have an immense amount of mental bandwidth because it's not plaguing you inside. It's not running around there. The monkeys are out. They're on the page. The other thing that's interesting is your conscious mind is going to put it all into some form of cohesive letter. It's going to put the ideas down. Even if it's point form, that's okay. But your subconscious mind reads it at the same time as your conscious mind. And then the two of them align and start working literally from the same page, which is really cool. And all of a sudden, it becomes that much easier to process this and to go, okay, and to be okay with it, to have it outside of you. The letter to your future partner or to your ideal partner 3 years in is called the same with the eulogy is something called future pacing. And this is really cool, or memories of future past. The idea that you have to consciously create, visualize, see all of these things and have a vision towards which you are working, right? So all of a sudden, all of this becomes something that your conscious mind and your subconscious becomes very, very clear about and what it takes. And that, in turn, not only gets the two aligned and working together towards that vision, it also brings in something I've talked about before called the reticular activating system, which is the part of your brain that filters all of the input that you get every second of every day and filters that and brings to your conscious mind only what it needs to go where you need to go. If that's just surviving this day, that's what it's going to give you. But if you have something that you're striving towards, if you start looking at something more, then your reticular activating system is going to cue in. It's going to start giving you, just like the New Year's resolution and being mindful, it's going to start queuing in these opportunities, these these paths. It's like if you can get in the car and drive, and you can just drive around, and that's okay. But if you know where you're going, then all of a sudden you can start putting it into your GPS, and you can start going, but there's many ways to get there. There's many routes, and you can take the scenic route, you can take the direct route, you can take the toll route, you can take the whatever you want, whatever route you want to take, but you still have a plan or a route in mind. And your brain and your subconscious will work together and start making things happen to get to that end result that you visualize. And again, you put it out here. It's not just rattling around in here and ever changing, it's definitive. It's in front of you. And the reason you handwrite this stuff is because you can do it on a computer and that'll work. But by putting the effort, it engages more aspects of your brain. It engages more parts of your brain, which makes it more real, which makes it harder work, which makes it more valuable, which means your brain will take it more seriously and will cue into it more. Like you can see a TV ad for cookies, but if a friend goes, "Oh man, you got to try these cookies," your friend, you trust your friend. Well, you trust your handwriting, and nobody else has to be able to read it. This is for you. This is for you to get your brain to get it out of here and get that bandwidth back. And if you need help with this, if you need help finding your purpose, hi, I'm Richard. I'm the Widower's Wingman. You can find me at thewidowerswingman.com, and there you can find podcasts I've been on. You can find these videos. You can find articles, which are the videos and the articles line up. But if you prefer reading this stuff, great, they're there for you. You can book a direct call with me. It says 45 minutes. We're going to take the time we need, and it's free. I want to thank you for watching. Like and subscribe if you want, but more importantly, share it. If you know somebody for whom this would be useful, it doesn't help if they don't see it. Beyond that, I will see you guys in the next video if I don't get the privilege of meeting you first.